Hey guys, so Swampert has to be one of my favourite Pokemon in Advanced Overused. I don't think anyone really dislikes Swampert, even though it can feel annoying to play against sometimes. Its well-rounded stats and move pool, along with its typing, work in tandem to perform an important defensive role in the tier, and it's not as passive and exploitable as other walls like Blissey thanks to its good offensive stats. It can't be understated just how good Swampert is at dealing with many of the powerful physical threats in the tier. It's hard to imagine a metagame without Swampert. Rock spam strategies would be even more powerful than they already are, and the +1 Salamence would do some serious damage to your team, rather than 40 to 50% on your Swampert. A good player knows how important it is to keep your Swampert healthy. However, it doesn't have any reliable recovery moves, so you have to rely on Protect and Leftovers to heal, as well as support from teammates like Wish-Jirachi. It can also heal status with Refresh, but you have to give up one of your valuable move slots. Dealing with an opposing Swampert can be tricky, but you can wear it down with things like Spikes and Toxic over the course of several turns. But maybe you're a big important businessman with big important businessman things to do, and you don't have that kind of time. Well, there is one move that almost any Pokemon can learn, but will definitely help you in the matchup. So what do you do when you've lost your Swampert to some bullshit fucking Claydol with HP Grass? Well, you can always go to the Quag. So yeah, fun fact, while making this video, Water Absorb didn't even come up, not even once. Damp would have been way more useful. If you want to run several Swamperts, you can't really do that because of the dupe clause. However, you can run 2.5 Swamperts. Let me explain. Using this 100% legit graph, we can see that Quagsire is worth 0.75 Swamperts. Since you're running an extra water ground type, you can afford to be more reckless with your Swampert, so fuck it, run a choice band. But wait, using a banded Swampert and a Quagsire, that's only 2.25 Swamperts. Where do you get the other 0.25 from? Be honest, do you remember Whiscash? What exactly does Whiscash do in Overused? Well, good question. It can do this. Yeah, that's a thing. It can also do this. Pretty annoying, eh? Pretty annoying. So Spark is a 65 base power move with a 30% chance to paralyze. If you ever played the single player game, that shit feels like 90%. I really foraged through Whiscash's move pool. And I mean really looked. I read every single fucking move. Just looking for something, you know? Something that it can do. And yeah. It's in the NU tier for a reason. It doesn't even get Curse. Anyway, this guy sends out Houndoom, so I know he means fucking business. Turns out it wasn't Houndoom. It was Hans fucking Molman. Should have used a burn inflicting move with 100% accuracy, idiot. So the obvious weakness with running 3 water ground types is that You've got 3 members that are 4 times weak to grass, and a lot of things run grass coverage. Zapdos is really good at luring in Celebi and hitting it with a max attack drill peck. Even the defensive sets take around 65%. I think I really cooked with Zapdos. Like, I rubbed the fucking shit out of my 2 brain cells for that one. Shame I can't say the same thing about the rest of the team. And like, my entire life. You might be wondering why I clicked Rock Slide on Magneton. Well, I'm also running Hidden Power Ground, but my dumbass forgot to EV it so it could one-shot a Magneton. And no, it's not a YOLO scam. Do you really think I'd run something crazy like YOLO scam? Come on guys, I've got standards. So the best thing about Whiscash is that like, no one knows what it does. Or like, why you would use it over Swampert or even Quagsire. You can't really tell from these replays, but every time I sent out Whiscash, there was a long pause from the opponent. You just know they were looking up that shit. So this Whiscash has a lot of special attack EVs. Turns out, I accidentally gave it just the right amount of EVs to do exactly what I needed it to do. It was a complete fluke. So with Celebi gone, my team can now function like 90% better, which, admittedly, still isn't very good. So it turns out I also accidentally gave Whiscash enough speed EVs to speed tie with a Tyranitar. I managed to win the coin flip in the end and get the KO, but it doesn't even matter. My opponent Swampert just comes out and absolutely flexes on our shit. So, I heard in Pokemon you're supposed to like do damage to your opponent and knock them out. But Salamence is kind of a peaceful mod. He just wants to dance. Seriously though, I outplayed the fucking shit out of this guy. Then I got fucking owned for it. But hey, that's what this game is sometimes. It teaches you an important life lesson. You can try your best. You can try your absolute fucking best. And still get sat the fuck down. They say Magneton's not a real rock resist, but you could have fooled me. For reasons that I can't explain, two-shotting that Swampert with Drill Peck was the funniest shit ever. I think a combination of running Banded Swampert and this game made both of us lose a lot of brain cells. I don't think either one of us realised that the other Swampert had a choice band. So this game is basically my best turn 1 ever, followed by my worst 5 turns ever. Obviously, the one time I click Hidden Power Ground is like the one time they don't go to a fucking Magneton. I don't think my opponent gave a fuck, they just kept clicking Double Edge. I think that he was utilising the data from this bar graph. This guy's running a mono normal team, and it took me an embarrassingly long time to realise that. He literally sent out a Girafarig, and I still didn't realise. Listen, if there's no flying type and you have a banded Swampert, You just click the button, man. You just click the button. Except for this turn. You don't click the button on this turn. Maybe I should have guessed that it would be last Mon Curslax, but once you see the giraffe rig, it could be anything. Despite the fact that I've got Haze on Quagsire, I was still a little bit worried. And then I saw what his last move was. You just know this guy got swept by Whitney and thought, holy fucking shit. Snorlax is a bit like Swampert, if you don't think about it. I was actually trying to sack Whiscash, not really sure why I clicked sub. I hit him with the GG just before I clicked Haze. I like to give them a little sliver of hope before taking it all away. Whiscash was actually surprisingly fun to use. It does have more hit points than Swampert and more special defense than Quagsire. So I guess the correct amount of Swamperts to bring to any given match is anywhere between 1 and 1.75.